Capture your dream with every stitch of this pattern, which is ideal for beginners and, well, a fun way to master new sewing skills. This tie front top is a chic, free sewing pattern that's as fun to wear as it is to make. It really invites you to create your own look. You can keep it minimalist in a neutral tone, or maybe experiment with vibrant patterns to make it your own. Pair it with high-waisted jeans, linen trousers, or your favorite skirt for a look that transitions seamlessly. This peplum top blends delicate details with a flattering silhouette, making it a versatile staple for warm weather days, garden parties, and spontaneous outings, from daytime adventures to evening gatherings. If today is your first time watching any of my videos, or perhaps you've watched one or two and are not yet subscribed, all that you need to do is press that subscribe button down below, and by doing that, you've joined our family. And also, feel free to share some feedback, by pressing the like button. That is also feedback enough. Step 1. Sew the darts on each side of the front. Step 2. Sew the front and back together at the side seams. Step 3. Sew the front and back together at the shoulder seams. Just go ahead and sew the front and back together at the shoulder seams, taking your time to line everything up nicely. Next, let's talk about how to sew the front and back peplum together at the side seams. Step 4. Simply sew the front and back pieces of the peplum together at the side seams, making sure those edges match up as you go. Step 5. It's time to join the gathered peplum to the top. Start by creating gathers at the top of the peplum with a basting stitch. Then, align the peplum side seams with the side seams on the top. After that, just pin and sew the peplum to the top. And that's how you sew the gathered peplum onto the top, really bringing your project together. Step 6. Right. So now let's talk about how to sew the hem on the neckline and the bottom of the peplum. You'll want to finish the edges of the neckline and the bottom of the peplum with a 1/4 inch double folded hem. Take your time and just make sure those edges are neat and tidy. Next up, step 7, let's cover how to sew the hem on the top and bottom of the front facing. First, go ahead and press the seam allowance on all sides. Then, sew a 1/4 inch double folded hem at the top and the bottom of the front facing. It's really all about those crisp, even edges. Now, step 8, let's move on to sewing the tie strap pieces together. You'll need to create 6 double-sided straps for the tie front closure. For every pair, interface one side of the strap, so that's 6 out of 12, just to be clear. Sew a 1/4 inch seam around each side, leaving one end open. Then turn the strap right side out and give it a good press. There you have it. Step 9. Here's how you baste the tie straps to the front opening. You'll want to pin and sew the tie straps to the front with about 1/8 of an inch basting stitch, and, just repeat this step for the other side as well. Step 10. Sewing the front facing to the front opening. You'll need to pin and sew the front facing 1/4 of an inch over the tie straps. Finally, step 11. Here's how you finish sewing the front facing to the front opening. Pin the other edge to the inside of the front and, well, top stitch it in place. Step 12. How to sew the double folded hem around the armholes. You'll want to sew a 1/4 inch double folded hem all the way around the armholes. Sewing success! You did it! This is your finished tie front top. Find your perfect fit. The size guide below is based on the suggested design and wearing ease for this style. You can choose the size according to your desired finished garment measurements, blending between sizes as needed. Measure the printed patterns to make sure the dimensions are according to the desired fitting and adjust, if needed, before cutting the fabric. For best results, sew a test garment in a similar fabric to adjust your pattern. Just a little note, measurements may vary after adjustments. And if you're using non-stretch fabrics, do reference the approximate finished garment measurements chart to choose your size. Share this post with a friend or two. And don't forget to download the Tie Front PDF top free sewing pattern in the description below.